Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson presents guest host doTERRA Oil's wellness advocate Kelsey Guerra.
Hello, and welcome to Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. I'm your host. And today we have a very special guest today. Her name is Kelsey Cook, and Kelsey deals with essential oils. And our guest, Kelsey Cook, is here. Introduce yourself, Kelsey, and tell my audience who you are, where you are, and what you do.
Thank you so much for having me. Again, my name is Kelsey Guerra Cook. Either one works. And I am from Los Angeles, California, Burbank specifically. A lot of you may know that because it's Jay Leno's studio world where he was. Lots of the studios are here. It's really a fun place to live. But I am actually into natural health and wellness in the way of essential oils. So I love to educate individuals and families, especially on alternative medicine and using plants as medicine as a way of alternative forms rather than over-the-counter medications.
Right, because who wants to take a bunch of pills all day? No one does.
Right. Staying healthy.
Yeah, staying healthy. I get it. I'm a diabetic, and my wife and I have dealt with that for the time that we've been together. But it's not always easy. I do have to take a lot of diabetic medicine, but doctors are always trying to put me on all kinds of like statins. I won't do it because I know the side effects from a lot of these things, and I just don't. We have to learn to take their word for it anymore just because they say that we need to do it. There are a lot more healthier ways out there that we could take care of ourselves. We just have to learn how to do that, correct?
Absolutely. And it's a lot easier than most people think.
Yes, I believe so. So with these products, tell us about the products that you endorse.
Absolutely. So when I was pregnant with my daughter, I have two kids. My daughter's now 7. So about 7 years ago, I was introduced to essential oils because I had a vast array of health concerns varying from just a weak immune system. I felt like I was getting sick all the time. I was having, regular, really bad head tension, aches and pains, all of those things, not sleeping well, and nothing seemed to work. And a lot of the medications that I had been on for migraines specifically were just making me really, really sick. Even if they, cured the migraine, the next day or for days in a row, I would feel really ill. And so I was looking for something else. Something else had to be out there. And my best friend said, I don't know if you're going to be open to this, because I had never used any natural stuff ever before. But she said, I have these essential oils and they've really been working for my family. So I trusted her and I tried them, and they just kept working for everything I could think of. And so that's how I learned about essentials. I just became really passionate about teaching other people that there is something else out there to help you with your health.
So you got sick and tired of being sick and tired of all the time.
That's right.
Because when you take a lot of these medications, they put these medications out there in terms of thinking, okay, you're just going to take this one and maybe take that one. But as we all know, lots of people take lots of medications, and then all these medications don't mix well with other medications going into your stomach, and then it comes through your system, and then you can have lots of crazy or horrible side effects because of all that stuff. I mean, natural food is natural food as well as natural medications. It's
right.
Natural stuff. It's not all this stuff that's all bunched up to make one little effect, but usually has 10 of side effects to it.
Synthetic forms, right? And all medicine has been derived from plants in the first place, but we've made it synthetic through chemistry, through a lab. We've created a synthetic form of plant, molecules. But essential oils, all they are is just plain distilled, anything from trees, leaves, stems, roots, flowers, all sorts of things that have just been either steam pressed, or in the case of most citrus oils, cold pressed from the rind of citrus. So we take it directly from the plant.
Awesome. And is there like with medications out there, is there a way to overdo it too much?
Great question. With anything, you can do too much. You can drink too much water and drown, quite literally. So just with anything else, there's a lot of common sense that goes into it, right? But the really cool thing about essential oils, you can't technically be allergic or have an allergy to a pure organic essential oil. The difference between what I share with people and what you could go buy at the store or Walmart, heaven forbid, or TJ Maxx or whatever is, or online is even scarier, is that we go through such an extensive vat of tests, about 54 different tests. Our testing ranges from in-house to third party, having nothing to do with our company. And then what happens is that it comes back and you get a chemical profile of exactly what's in your essential oil. So it has to be 100% pure organic essential oil to make the cut. And that's really important because there is so much other stuff out there, but 85% of everything on the market today that you see is adulterated in some way, meaning something is added to it or taken from it. And that's kind of a scary thing, because then how are we actually helping our bodies or reducing toxins that are being built up in our bodies? We want to help reduce that and remove toxins that we're being exposed to. And so essential can do that for you. And in this case, you can use them not just aromatically to smell good or topically on your body to help you feel good, but you can use them internally because it's such a high.
Sure. So when you say that you are testing these in-house, is there some guy down the hall named Jerry that's got to go, oh, hey, Jerry walked in today. He's got a rash on his arm. I got something for you, Jerry. I mean, is that the way you do? Or do you have somebody who just
Jerry
works
at the
there?
lab.
Jerry at the lab, or somebody walks in with a cold and you're going, I got you, come here. And they're like, oh man, here we go again. Awesome.
Oh my goodness. So funny. No, so
Sorry,
that's a great question. There is a whole team. You're fine. There's a whole team of scientists, and they are the ones that start the testing, and then they send it to our third-party tester, which is APRC, Aromatic Plant Research Center. You can check them out at aromaticplant.org. They test all different companies of essential oils, and the fact they get blind samples from different types of companies, whether it's online, in the store. And they test everything. And our essential oil, doTERRA is the brand of essential oil that I represent. And they actually have gotten all the top testing back because their standard is so high. So it's 54 different tests back and forth. And I have actually had the privilege, anyone that can just go to doTERRA headquarters in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and actually walk through the bottling and testing facility and actually meet these people. They're real, they're available to you, and they're completely transparent. So that's something that's pretty cool.
They could probably walk through the plant and then probably come out and go, man, I feel great for some reason. What's going on here? Yeah. Just by being around all that stuff, I'm sure it's gotta have something.
Get your aromatherapy while you're there.
Yeah, everybody in there who works here comes out happy as a pig and shit. Yay! All right, we're here because we get to be around all that stuff all the time, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
Go ahead, honey. Why don't you ask her some questions?
I know, having been a nurse, and one of the protocols we started working with was adding essential oils for people that were complaining of nausea. So it was a mixture of peppermint and lavender, and it was just something adjunct to help decrease their reliance on actual medication, and it worked really well.
Right. Yeah, that's so great to hear. We have a lot of hospitals reporting similar things. Some hospitals around the world will use ginger is another really good one. And there's a blend called Digestin that works really well. But yeah, they're finding even in emergency rooms that they're able to turn out patients faster and get them out quicker because they feel better faster.
Yes. And instead of waiting for a medication to take hold, you could give them, it was basically like a little pallet like this, and you peel the top off, and there was a ventilated surface, and they could inhale it while they waited for the medication to kick in if they were really severely nauseous. So, and that worked really well, because we also had some people that would come in and couldn't take the medication because of allergies, but we could give them essential oils. Yeah. So that was really good
news.
Yeah. But I know some people balk at the price of high quality oils, but it's one of those things, I believe you get what you pay for. You could go to Walmart and buy a $3 bottle of oil, but I mean, what you're getting, you don't know.
That's right. And there's another element that people don't know about when it comes to the pricing of these essential oils. So when you do get such a high quality, you know, you're not dealing with all of the things that are added to it, the potential harmful, you know, things that are taken from it, all of those things. That's one, and that's enough for me. But this company, doTERRA, they go above and beyond as to cut out the middleman. See, a lot of these oils come from third world countries where people are being taken advantage of. Farmers aren't getting paid a fair wage, and they can't pay for their kids to go to school, or their women and children need protection against sex trafficking that's happening in their country. Or there's just so many social issues that are surrounded by some of these farmers. Like frankincense is a great example. They're in Somaliland, and a lot of these people who are farmers, the top 2 death rates in the country are caused by falling, because most of the people are frankincense farmers, and the frankincense trees grow out of the top of a cliff more often than not, in 120 degree weather. Yeah. And the second one is snake bites. And there was never a hospital within 400 miles of this particular farming community.
Right, then you're done.
And doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation came in, and they built a hospital that just opened in May in their community. Yeah, where there wasn't one for 400 miles. So not only are we taking highest quality essential oil, because there's 7 different grades of frankincense. And what you're finding is that at Walmart, and APRC has actually proved that most of these actually only have 1% actual essential oil in the bottle, and everything else is fillers that they don't have to tell you about. And the other thing is that they're getting a lower quality oil, where, for instance, frankincense, we take the #1 grade of frankincense to create our essential oil. And so there really is a bigger difference than people realize.
Do you think that they are putting all these extra fillers in there? I mean, like anyone else does, they just put it full of fillers and stuff like that just to stretch it out a little more. And even though they're probably just branding it as frankincense, they're not really telling you the truth. And they're just making it a little bit thinner so they can just sell more of it.
People have realized that the wellness industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And if essential oils are popular and they're going to sell, they want to sell more of them. So they're going to try to manufacture more with less actual quality, because they can actually make more money. But doTERRA has really set out a very clear mission to help the most and have the highest quality on the planet. And by doing so, you can actually use less. So because it's so concentrated, for instance, peppermint costs you about 8 cents per drop, and that would help, you know, relieve some of my head tension, whereas normally I would have to take some over-the-counter alternative. My husband was convinced of essential oils because he was taking an allergy medication over the counter, you know, at least once a day, every day. He just had such bad seasonal threats. And then he was able to take 1 drop of lemon, lavender, and peppermint, which altogether probably cost us about 12 cents. And I did the calculations because I'm in the entertainment industry. I'm an actor in LA, and I'm cheap. So I understand wanting the best deal, and I love a good deal. And so I calculated how much per dose it was going to cost us with essential oils versus what the over-the-counter stuff that we were getting from Costco, Walmart, all those places. And it was 3 times cheaper for me to use essential oils. So in the end, those little bottles, something like this, it looks very small. And you're like, why am I paying that much for this little bottle? Well, you're only using a couple drops at a time.
Right.
And so over time, and I'm not having to take my kids to the doctor as much for every little emergency. I'm not having to take time off work or take time out of my day or pull my kids out of school to go to the doctor as much, or go to the emergency room in the middle of the night, or fill prescription medication for, ear trouble. My kids have swimmer's ear and some stuff like that I just, boom, done with some lavender and tea tree,
When you apply that, do you just apply it in the area where they're having a difficulty, or is this just something, a little eyedropper you can just rub it on your tongue and take it and that'd be it?
Great question. So for something like ear trouble, when my kids start pulling on their ears, they like me to put it on a little cotton swab. I don't ever put essential oils in orifices, in your ear, nothing like that. We'll put it on a cotton ball and I'll stick it on their ear and they'll sleep on it. And when they wake up, it's totally fine.
Hello, this is Daniel Jackson of Beyond the Veil. We are proudly being sponsored by the Rare Enterprise. To really choose your reality, you must have the right tools to facilitate it correctly. The Rare Enterprise has amazing CBD-infused products to help choose your reality when it comes to your skin, emotional, and mental stress. Use the code BTV20 to get a discount on these amazing products. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't know how that would work. I guess you just you did it the way it works.
Internally, using essential oils, you can put them under your tongue, or in like an empty vegetable capsule. Put them in your water. Citrus oils in your water, 1 or 2 drops. It's really yummy, and it just naturally helps draw toxins out of your body.
Oh,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we need that as we get older. Yeah,
absolutely.
I could use anything as I get older.
But back to the allergies, I want to thank you for sending me the Tri-Ease. I've only been able to use it once. Of course, we're out here. Normally August, our grass is dead. Not the case. We had too much rain, so a lot of mowing. We don't have a large plot of land, but it's like 1/3 of an acre. But I would go out and mow, and
a lot more than what I have in Los Angeles.
yeah.
You have 1/3 of an acre of asphalt, correct?
Yeah.
Not even, unfortunately.
Yeah, but normally before I would come in and I would be itchy all over. I'd have a rash on my arms just from the grass and everything. And this last time I thought, let me try this stuff. So I took it before I went out to mow. And it was 90 some degrees and like 9,000% humidity. And so I wore short because it was so hot. And I came in and I did not have any welts on me at all. None. Normally I would get like a allergic rhinitis. My nose would just be running and dripping and my eyes would be swollen. Nothing.
Yeah, it's real pleasant too.
Yeah. I'm like, this is really cool. So, I mean, that was my result from just one use. Looking forward to trying it again. I'm not looking forward to mowing the lawn again, but
if you have to.
Yeah, but I was really pleased with this now. And then you also gave me a sample of the Serenity. I have had difficulty sleeping for like almost all my life. Being a vet.
Difficulty ever since she married me.
Well, that too. It was a compound problem. A vet with PTSD, I have anxiety. I've been working on that. Also, I have injuries. I'm older, so I've got the arthritis. I've got neck.
She is older. She is pretty old.
Yeah.
A lot older than me, but
I am.
Really old.
Oh, you stop it.
I robbed the cradle with them.
Me too. It's okay.
She's older than me, but I look older than her. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I did try the Serenity, but it's a little too early to have results from that. But I have been using for the past year, make my own concoction of like a lavender pillow spray. And years ago, I didn't really care for the scent of lavender until I started growing lavender.
Wow.
Yeah, and it grows great out here. We actually have a lavender farm about 5 miles away.
Fun.
Yeah, so I would go out and pick a couple of flowers or sprigs and put them in my pillowcase.
Yeah.
And then I started using the oil and just trying to find benefit from that. And it really calms me
Good.
like it's supposed to, which is a really good thing.
Yeah,
You know,
when she came in from taking that pill from cutting the grass, she said,
Oh, yeah.
"Look, I don't have any welts on me. I don't know what's me." And I
That's
said, "Yeah."
amazing.
I said, "Awesome. That's great." Because now then Kelsey just made a customer out of you. Awesome.
Well, let me tell you, I will say with something like anything that you've been struggling with, either chronically or for a very long time, the
Mhm.
essential oil samples are great for getting you to know how they work and give you an
Right.
idea of
Yeah.
how you can use them as a tool. But
Mhm.
like any regular medication, the doctor would come to you and say, okay, try this for 6 months
Mhm.
and be consistent. Use this every day. And here's your schedule. And so I would do the same thing with my customers and with you, for example, I would say, put the Serenity oil on your feet. I'd add our supplement. I don't know if I gave it to you, but there are Serenity soft gels. And so that is a combination of essential oil.
you did.
And okay, great. So take 130 minutes. So then I would say, okay, now you have to give it some time. Obviously, if you've been struggling with something for years, that's
Right.
when I like to take the personal approach and work with you myself, just to make sure that you do see a result. Because it's not a matter of if it works. It really is a matter of what exactly will work for you. And if you say, well, I'm probably struggling with sleep because I do have PTSD and I am working on some anxiety issues, then
Mhm.
that's something I have to factor in for you as a health coach to say, okay,
Right.
great. Well, let's try this combination. Let's try something different. Just like the doctor would say, oh, that didn't work for you. Really great. Let's try this other thing.
Right. Except a doctor's more likely to say, oh, well, this didn't work. We'll keep you on it because it hasn't been long enough. And we're going to add something else.
Right.
So doctors like to do that.
Yeah. And I do love my doctor. I don't try to play a doctor. I am someone that is trained. I do have certifications in this, but I actually work with medical professionals who want to integrate essential oils into their practices as an alternative for your patients. And I really believe that you have to have some sort of option for your patients, or you're not really giving them the care that they deserve.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Well, you are an actor. Have you ever played a doctor?
I haven't. I've gotten close to being on some shows. I was an extra on ER like way back in the day.
Wow.
But that's about it.
Did you play a nurse? Anything like that? No.
No, I have been auditioning a few times for Grey's Anatomy. I was hoping to get on their last
Oh,
season.
all right.
So yeah, we'll see. But anywho, yeah. But you know what? One thing I wanted to tell you guys about, and I would extend this to any of your listeners, I have a totally free wellness week coming up starting on Monday. And I am going to take everyone every day through a very easy, free, it's like a messaging app called Telegram. You may have heard of it. Super easy.
Yep.
And I basically just add you to the group. And every day we talk about 2 or 3 essential oils max. And it probably takes you 5 minutes to scroll at your convenience to learn about each essential oil. And then I teach a free class on Saturday that's about 30 minutes. That'll be like September 4th, I think that is. So Monday through Friday, you just get a couple tips every day and you'll see a video from me and my team. We make these little 1-minute quick things, so it's not too much of your time. And then Saturday, we meet for about 30 minutes just to give you an overhaul of the 3 cool things about essential oils that you should know and the 3 ways that we use them. And we round it up. And it's just free information, no obligation. But this is a way that I can help teach more people about essential oils. So
Sure.
I can send you the link to that.
So yes, you'll give us the link. We will put that up in the show, and then even besides that, we'll just put it on our regular Facebook page as well, and so that way they can take a look at it now, because by the time this video comes out, it's going to be a couple of weeks. So we want to put it out before that actually happens.
I do have a link that anyone can visit on a regular basis as well.
Oh, wow, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you have any other questions you want to ask my dear wife?
I had one and I can't remember what it was.
Well,
Right, right.
you have
And
my
you say
number.
you've been doing this ever since after your
My daughter was born. Yeah.
right.
So about 7 years I've been doing this and just learning so much about listening to my body. And I think that's something,
Sure.
that you can understand with your profession too. I think when you look into anything in the wellness arena, you just learn so much about who you are and what your body is capable of, and just that whole idea of whole wellness, whether it's physical, spiritual, mental, emotional. There are just so many aspects, and just trying to do a little bit every day to achieve, a little bit better knowledge in all those areas is something that I'm trying to do. So
Yeah, sure. Getting back to basics instead of everyone else there shoving all these other crazy chemicals into our body, and then
Yeah.
we have much
yes,
worse effects later on in our lives when we don't
yeah,
realize what we were doing, but
that's right.
we were doing what we were thought we were was right,
Yeah,
or was told we were right by all these doctors and all
absolutely.
the big farm companies out there telling us, oh, you take these drugs and everything will be fine, and then you get all messed up from these drugs, and you just thought you
Yeah,
were doing
yeah.
what you were supposed to be doing. But
Terry, how long were you a nurse?
Almost 9 years.
And
I
what was your
got out.
specialty?
I worked in a step down unit, which was a step down from the ICU, but I
Wow.
also floated up to the ICU as well.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm sure you still have an appreciation for doctors, nurses, medical professionals. Like I said, I love and I appreciate medicine, and I love working with medical professionals. I work with a surgeon, orthopedic surgeon. I think now it's about really being open to all these alternatives.
yes,
I think that's how we
Right.
can really help people, is to take the, medical knowledge for what it is, and to say, that's there when we need it. But if we can work on ourselves and
right.
help our own bodies from home before we get to that medical intervention, that is better for everybody.
Oh,
True.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, because I appreciate my doctors as well. I go to some really good doctors. I appreciate what they do. I just wish some of the doctors out there would stop pushing all these medications just because a drug company came to them and said, "Hey, we'll
Oh,
give you a bonus
and
if
you
you
think
push this
about
medication."
opioids, like the opioid epidemic. I work with a pain
Mhm.
specialist who sees people come in completely addicted to opioids from the ER. And
Yeah.
so she has started to incorporate essential oils, like our Deep Blue is a blend for pain and inflammation, and copaiba, and some essential oils that are just as effective. They're learning in some of these published research articles on PubMed. There is a lot of science now behind how these essential oils can help, and we don't have to go to those,
Right.
really,
Right,
really strong drugs anymore. Yeah.
right. Because we've been convinced into taking the really strong drugs for so long, even though essential oils and these other natural products have been out there, but they were kind of like taboo before,
Yes.
which doesn't make sense. Which,
Yep.
because if it's natural, why wouldn't we be using natural? So
Yes.
yeah, but
Absolutely.
the big farm companies out there want to push their medications, and
Yeah. And we're
you,
going to see a lot of that.
yeah, if you get
Push
a
back.
you get a bee sting and you want to go get a pen, a pen to take care of that, but it's going to cost you $1,000. That just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
I know.
When you could probably take care of it naturally, but we don't, or people don't know about these natural things because it's not as well publicized as all the other stuff is. So,
Right.
but we're
Right.
glad
Well,
that
we're
it is
trying.
coming out. Good, good, and
That's
that's
my
good that
mission.
your company is not just a regular company that's trying to like sell. They're trying to help at the same
That's
time,
right.
which is a good thing. Like you said, they built that hospital for
Yeah.
for those people in that area who actually are producing or gathering all these ingredients. So yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Not everybody does that. It's all about the evil
Profit.
dollar is all they're trying to make. But
Yep.
we need more companies out there that are actually trying to help us more than instead of just
Do more good in the world.
yes, do more good in the
Absolutely.
world because That's what I tell people all the time. Our purpose is in my line of business. We're here to help each other, but just for the sake of helping, not because it's going to make us more money or make us more important, just because we
That's
can
right.
and just because we should, and but we
It's
need
the right thing to
to
do.
know what is actually out there now, so we're not just pushing, like I said, just the big farm company, their medications. There are lots of natural oils and natural substances out there that we could all take. We just have to know that they are out there. That's all. We just have to get the word out.
Mhm.
That's right.
And that's why I wanted to have you on the show today,
Thank
because as
you
soon as I
so
saw
much.
that, I was like, "Oh, right, I got to get her on my show because she's going to know about it." So
That's right.
as long as we can get get that out there and get the information out there,
Yeah.
it's helping me. It's going to be helping you, because if they're going to come to you, then that just helps you, and
Yeah.
it's got to be one big giant circle. So this is the way we get the things rolling, get the ball rolling.
Well, I'm
So.
so grateful. Thank you for having me on, both of you.
Oh, I
Oh,
appreciate you having on. Before we go, just let everybody know in my audience, we're going to post your links and post
yeah.
all about you, and we'll post we're going to put your link as soon as you send it to us. We'll put it on our page for now, so people can get on there now instead of having to wait for the show.
Yeah.
But just tell us where they can find you and how they can get a hold
Yeah,
of you.
absolutely. Yep. My website is mydoterra.com/Guerra. And so I'll spell that out for you. But my doterra.com/Guerra. So I will make sure you guys have that link and you guys can check all that out. There's lots of videos and resources to help you learn more about what essential oils are and how to get them into your home from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we know that lots of other companies and stuff sell them. There's lots of people out there and sell them. But we'll just got to make sure that we point them in your direction instead, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to
You're
help
welcome.
more people get the right stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They got to get the right stuff, because there's good stuff to get out there. They just have to get it to themselves, and
Yeah.
they have to be able to find it, and not just finding it on the shelf at Walmart or something like
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. All
Yeah,
right.
because if you look at the labels at the ones at Walmart, it says,
Yeah.
for the atomizers only and not for internal use. So that's a good way to test for quality. If
Absolutely.
you can't lick it,
No.
why would you even want to put it on your body?
That's
Well,
right.
and you think about what gets into your lungs, that's a pathway to the rest of your body too. And
Yeah.
anything that gets on your skin goes straight into your bloodstream too. And people don't know about that. So
Yeah, well, people are kind of messed up right now with the whole COVID. They're wearing a mask on their face, but they're not realizing, well, if it gets on your skin or gets on your head or your eyes, you're
Sure,
going to get it.
yeah, your
Oh, I
eyes.
didn't know that.
yeah,
A mask is going to protect me. No, it's not.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
everyone's
crazy.
doing their best, right?
Yes, you got to do your best, and but you have to make sure when you're doing your best that you're getting the actual correct information and not all
That's
this, false information that's out there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're absolutely thrilled we were able to have you on our show today.
Me
And like I
too.
said, everyone look out for Kelsey Cook here, and we will get all the links for her information. We will put them in the show here, and so everyone can get a hold of them. And we're also going to put the links on our regular webpage for our show as well. So that you can talk to her before September 4th and that week, so she can guide you through this, because not everybody can figure this out on their own, and they like to have someone else who knows the product, who can
Right.
guide them through it and show them how to use these things.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Cool beans. Thank you for being on our show today, Kelsey. And I want to thank our audience out there. And again, my name is Daniel Jackson. This is Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. Have a great day, and don't do any stupid stuff. Be good. Thanks, Kelsey.
Thank you.
For more information about Kelsey, please visit her at facebook.com/KelseyCookOnline. KelseyCookonline. For more information about doTERRA oils, please visit www.doterra.com. DOTERRA. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson.